Papal biographer and Catholic intellectual George Weigel says the United States needs a new moral awakening. Last week, I asked him to explain. You say America is fractured and put a twist on James Carville's 1992 election mantra, it's the culture stupid instead of it's the economy stupid. What is the problem with America's moral culture?
I think we are seeing a crisis in the idea of freedom that dominates our public life. If freedom is simply willfulness, if each of us is simply a bundle of desires, and if those desires and their satisfaction are the sole meaning of human rights and the sole purpose of government, then we have a country of two-year-olds. This is not a society capable of sustaining democratic self-governance if we simply reduce freedom to willfulness. So I'm going to try to suggest tonight that what America needs is a new Great Awakening, different than those of the 18th and 19th century, and that this will be unbelievers as well as believers.
What does it look like? What does that mean?
It looks like a recapturing of the fundamental truths on which American democracy rests. For example, the truth that each of us has an inherent dignity and value that is not given to us by government, but that is natural to us.
Well, that's Catholic social teaching. That's the dignity of person.
That's right. And Catholic social teaching will be a large part of this new Great Awakening. But we hear a lot today about a crisis of democratic values throughout the world, rise of a new authoritarianism, et cetera, et cetera. I think that crisis of values is in fact a crisis of the truths, particularly the truths about the human person, human community, what makes for noble aspiration, that underwrite those values. Values are not free-floating. Values are tied to truths.
So, for example, as you were talking about before, passions and ways that you are just acting out of the body, not the mind and the spirit.
Right, that if it scratches, itches. This is not a mature anthropology in the term of John Paul II.
So what are Catholics' moral responsibilities in light of that analysis?
Well, they begin locally, like most politics is local. Even this kind of depth politics is local. It means raising families in which these truths are understood and communicated and cherished and celebrated. It means conversation with neighbors to help broaden the circle of understanding that we simply can't go on as a country of willfulness, because that means a country of two-year-olds. Two-year-olds are beautiful little bundles of willfulness.
But they also get down on the floor and start kicking when they don't
right.
get their way. George Weigel, thank you very much for joining us.
Pleasure. Thank you.